that is problematic. Of course, anything that is medically unsubstantiated, so people saying like, take vitamin C, take turmeric, like those all will cure you. Those are the examples of things that would be a violation of our policy. Anything that would go against World Health Organization recommendations would be a violation of our policy. And so remove is another really important part of our policy.
Now, I said earlier the WHO was designated in this role. Now, I want you to listen to a reply from a representative from the United Nations regarding who should be the gatekeepers of information. Watch.
I agree on the point on having a centralized source of information and a world body that could have garner the respect of everyone, and I think the WHO in this instance might be that.
Okay, there wouldn't be a problem with that if that meeting that she just spoke at took place a week or even a month ago. But that happened in October, 6 weeks before coronavirus cases began popping up in China. Everything you're seeing right now, all of the responses, all of the companies and the governments all over the world, what the banks are doing, what people are saying, and the responses to people like me were all war-gamed. It is chilling. I mean, it's good in some ways. This is what people should be doing. Wargaming to make sure that we're prepared for anything. But not when you don't agree with their agenda. Tonight, I'll show you all of it. But be warned. As you heard from the YouTube CEO, they do not want these questions asked. They do not want anyone causing any trouble. This is why I urge you, I almost plead with you to subscribe to Blaze TV or a source that you trust that is not part of this. They can censor us, but they cannot censor us on our own platform. YouTube and Facebook are clearly under a very big boot from the WHO and ultimately from the overlords in the Communist Party of China. I urge you to go to blazetv.com/Glenn, get $30 off your subscription for the year. Use the promo code Glenn. Become a supporter, please. Now, I want to take you back last year. Last year, if you're a usual watcher of mine, I did a show where I was prompted to look at some very specific things, and I laid them out all on a chalkboard that's actually still up in my radio studio. And there is an extensive chalkboard that is in the writer's room, about 18 different things. But I boiled them down into four categories. I said, this is what's going to happen here in the next couple of years. Polarization and civil unrest, they would continue to get worse and worse. We hit a critical stage on the same levels of 1930s era Europe. We would go back to the riots of 68. We've been priming for this over the past few years. The far right, far left, everyone in between literally been coming to blows in cities all over America. And our politicians and our media is only making things worse. 10 years ago, we would never have believed groups like Antifa would be terrorizing American citizens in the name of communism. But here we are. We wouldn't have believed that the Democratic Party